Hello, John here, out in the shop with the Bronco. Just something for those of you taking order of your new Bronco. I've gotten quite a few different Ford vehicles. I had this happen one other time with a vehicle that was on a E450 chassis. Came with a lot of like corrosion and salt on it from the factory new. And I noticed the same thing with this, which I don't want anybody to misunderstand me. I'm happy with the vehicle. I would keep it regardless, but it's just interesting. Like the Mustangs, I've gotten Mustang sports cars from them, a few different models, and never had them come with a bunch of corrosion. But with these, you can see, I have a feeling this thing sat outside somewhere because I've always stored it inside. I mean, this is the corrosion that it has. And again, this is off-road machine. So I kind of wonder if this was stored at Ice Mountain for a little bit. And this is the way it came. And that's okay. They're all parts that are just kind of going to rust eventually anyway, but it's interesting that it comes new. So the reason I'm making this video is I've wiped down a lot of components, the exhaust, the frame with some WD-40 and a rag just to get salt residue off. I wiped all this off up in here. So I'm just making this video to where if you guys are, have the ability to get under there when you get it and just maybe wipe it down a little bit. I took it to a place and sprayed it off. The undercarriage when I got, there's just a lot of corrosion. You can see these bolts. I've hit these with some different things. I've wiped off the calipers. Yeah, I know I'm a little OCD with vehicles. That's just the way I am. But anyway, just a lot of corrosion for a brand new vehicle. I think I've had possession of this a month and it's been inside the whole time. So just kind of interesting. Then this was when I took it home. This is the kind of stuff, this stuff up here, and it's hard to tell, but there was kind of white residue. You can feel it if I rub my finger on it. I get it off and there's kind of like it's pretty impossible to see here, but there's a white residue. It's like grainy and you can see it. It's like grains of salt. And if you taste it, I don't recommend this. If you taste it, it's salty. Anyway, I did that yesterday and I'm still here, so it must be okay. Anyway, I don't recommend you tasting your vehicle, but it's just interesting, all this overspray up in here. The car had about 60 miles on it when it was new, which is fine. It wasn't damaged, but I just wonder if it had to be driven somewhere to get transported to me. It did come by rail car out to Oregon, so just kind of interesting. So I guess moving forward, what I did is I sprayed the whole bottom of the vehicle down when I bought it. And then I just took a rag and some WD-40 and I just sprayed it up in there and sprayed on the rag, sprayed on the vehicle, and just kind of, did some kind of a thing like this where I would just spray it up there and then I would just kind of wipe it off and, keep turning the rag to get it clean until I got all the residue off. I haven't done this part yet, so that's kind of pretty typical. And again, it's kind of white. Looks like when you would wash a car if you got something salty on it. I'm familiar with this because going to the ocean, you get salt water on your windshield. It kind of does the same splotchy thing, and it's that salty kind of mist. So I don't know. And you can see just a lot of corrosion, kind of what I would expect. And it's corrosion on bare metal parts, not on the frame, but just a lot of corrosion for something that's brand new compared to like my Mustangs. I have a GT350 and some other vehicles. They don't come this way, but I don't think they're stored outside. So again, nothing functionally a problem. I would keep this Bronco no matter what, but I'm only making this so that if you get a Bronco and you're like me, wouldn't hurt to just take and do what I've done. Wipe down the frame, maybe take it to a place, spray off the undercarriage like I did. Just, you want to get that salt off of there. And I don't know where it comes from or how it gets there, but I would get it off. And then if you mud it up and get mud on top and stuff, it doesn't matter. But I just didn't like the idea of salt being on there and then just staying on there for the life of the vehicle. See, there's a good example of, the kind of corrosion this thing comes with. But again, that's just surface. It's not going to hurt anything, but it wouldn't hurt to hit it with a little WD-40, wipe it down. But I know this off-road machine, it's going to probably get a lot worse than that. So anyway, wouldn't hurt just to you know, wheel around underneath this thing. You could get in here with a crawler because they're tall enough ground clearance. Just wipe down your frame, wipe down all this stuff. And this used to have a lot of salt on it, and I got that all wiped off. I wish I would have shown more pictures, but I just was more interested in cleaning it than doing a video. But I thought, might not hurt for somebody else to. But yeah, here's the spot where I didn't do it yet, and here. So I wiped everything else down, you know, the exhaust and everything, just with a rag and a little WD-40, and it's just a temporary thing to do, but yeah, wouldn't hurt. So we'll be doing some other videos here. Next, I'm going to put the Bronco Buster bushing on, and some of the little splints on the tie rods, just making this a little more robust for when I'm off-roading. I'm not going to do anything serious with it, but just a few things wouldn't hurt to strengthen it up a little bit. All right, have a great day. Like and subscribe if you want more Bronco content. So I wiped everything else down, you know, the exhaust and everything, just with a rag and a little WD-40, and it's just a temporary thing to do, but yeah, wouldn't hurt. So we'll be doing some other videos here. Next, I'm going to put the Bronco Buster bushing on, and some of the little splints on the tie rods, just making this a little more robust for when I'm off-roading. I'm not going to do anything serious with it, but just a few things wouldn't hurt to strengthen it up a little bit. All right, have a great day. Like and subscribe if you want more Bronco content.